Welcome back to ADHD Focus and Motivation. Today, we're diving into a fascinating topic that's been gaining attention worldwide: the healing journey with mushrooms. Whether you're here for educational purposes, personal interest, or just plain curiosity, you're in for an enlightening experience. So, let's embark on this journey together. When we talk about mushrooms in the context of healing and mental health, we're primarily discussing a special category known as psychoactive or psychedelic mushrooms, also popularly known as magic mushrooms. Let's take a brief historical detour. In various cultures, from the indigenous tribes of the Amazon to the ancient civilizations of Greece and Egypt, mushrooms have held a sacred place. They've been revered for their ability to induce profound psychological experiences, often described as spiritual or transcendent. The relationship between humans and mushrooms stretches back thousands of years, intertwining with our history, spirituality, and health practices. Mushrooms, particularly psychoactive varieties, have played a pivotal role in ancient rituals, spiritual ceremonies, and traditional healing practices across various cultures around the globe. In ancient times, mushrooms were more than just a source of sustenance. They were gateways to spiritual experiences and tools for medicinal practices. For instance, in Mesoamerican cultures such as the Aztecs and Mayans, mushrooms were revered for their psychoactive properties. They were used in religious ceremonies to facilitate communication with deities and the spirit world. The Aztecs referred to these mushrooms as Teonancat, meaning flesh of the gods, highlighting their significance in religious and spiritual practices. The use of these sacred mushrooms was intricately tied to their mythology, cosmology, and art, indicating a deep-rooted cultural and spiritual importance. Similarly, in Siberia, shamans used Amanita muscaria, commonly known as the fly agaric mushroom, for its hallucinogenic properties. These mushrooms were used in healing rituals and as a means to enter trance states, allowing shamans to journey into the spiritual world. This practice was not only a method for spiritual exploration, but also a means to diagnose and treat illnesses within their communities. The use of Amanita muscaria was so integral to their culture that it influenced local folklore and art, often being depicted in religious iconography. In ancient Greece, there is evidence suggesting the use of psychoactive mushrooms in the Eleusinian Mysteries, a series of secretive religious rites held annually. These ceremonies, shrouded in mystery, are thought to have used psychoactive agents, possibly including mushrooms, to induce visionary states among the initiates, offering profound spiritual insights and transformative experiences. Even in the rock art of Saharan Africa, dating back 9,000 years, there are depictions that some scholars interpret as showcasing the ceremonial use of mushrooms. These ancient artworks potentially illustrate the significance of mushrooms in early human societies and their use in ritualistic contexts. These historical instances reflect the diverse and profound ways in which mushrooms have been integrated into human culture. From spiritual rituals to traditional healing practices, mushrooms have been a significant and mystical element of human history. Deeply embedded in the folklore, art, and spiritual practices of ancient civilizations around the world, their continued study offers insights not only into our past, but also into the potential future applications in modern medicine and therapy. Fast forward to the present, and we find that modern science is catching up with ancient wisdom. In recent years, the scientific community has reignited its interest in the therapeutic potential of psilocybin, a naturally occurring psychedelic compound found in certain species of mushrooms. This resurgence in research is driven by a growing body of evidence, suggesting that psilocybin could offer significant benefits in treating a range of mental health conditions, including ADHD, depression, and anxiety. One of the most promising areas of research involves using psilocybin as a treatment for depression. Clinical studies have shown that psilocybin therapy, often combined with psychological support, can produce rapid and substantial reductions in depressive symptoms. Unlike traditional antidepressants that typically take weeks to show effects and must be taken regularly, psilocybin has shown the potential to induce lasting improvements in mood and outlook with just one or a few doses. Researchers believe that psilocybin facilitates these changes by disrupting negative thought patterns and enabling a kind of mental reset. Brain imaging studies have observed that psilocybin increases neural connectivity and activates parts of the brain that are typically underactive in depressed individuals. In the context of anxiety, particularly anxiety associated with life-threatening illnesses like cancer, psilocybin has demonstrated remarkable efficacy in easing existential anxiety and improving quality of life. Patients who have undergone psilocybin therapy often describe experiencing profound epiphanies or spiritual insights during their sessions, which contribute to a sustained improvement in their mood and anxiety levels. These experiences seem to help individuals come to terms with their circumstances, fostering a sense of peace and acceptance. Regarding ADHD, research is still in the preliminary stages, but the potential is noteworthy. ADHD is characterized by symptoms like inattention, hyperactivity, and impulsivity. Some researchers hypothesize that psilocybin could aid in ADHD treatment by enhancing cognitive flexibility, improving focus, and reducing impulsivity. The theory is that psilocybin's ability to promote neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to form new connections and pathways, could be beneficial in rewiring certain neural pathways associated with ADHD symptoms. Additionally, the introspective experiences induced by psilocybin might offer individuals with ADHD new perspectives on their behaviors and thought patterns, potentially leading to more effective coping strategies. It's important to note that while these findings are promising, psilocybin therapy is still largely experimental and not yet widely available as a standard treatment. Furthermore, this research is conducted in controlled settings with medical supervision, emphasizing the need for caution. The field of psychedelic-assisted therapy is rapidly evolving, and as more studies are conducted, we can expect a deeper understanding of how substances like psilocybin can be harnessed for mental health treatments. This burgeoning field represents a significant shift in how we approach and treat mental health disorders, offering hope for new, effective treatment options. Delving deeper into how psilocybin, the psychoactive compound found in certain mushrooms, works in the brain reveals a fascinating interaction with our neural pathways and chemistry. When psilocybin is ingested, it's quickly metabolized into psilocin, the compound actually responsible for the psychedelic effects. Psilocin closely resembles the structure of serotonin, a key neurotransmitter in the brain involved in regulating mood, cognition, and perception. Because of this structural similarity, psilocin can bind to and activate serotonin receptors, particularly the 5-HT2A receptor. The activation of these receptors is a crucial part of what triggers the psychedelic experience. One of the most notable effects of psilocin is its ability to increase connectivity across different regions of the brain. Normally, specific brain networks are responsible for various functions and tend to operate somewhat independently. However, Under the influence of psilocin, these networks start to communicate with each other more extensively. This increased connectivity is thought to underlie the altered states of consciousness and sensory experiences commonly reported. During a psychedelic experience, such as visual hallucinations, altered sense of time, and profound changes in thought patterns. Furthermore, psilocin's interaction with the brain disrupts what is known as the default mode network, DMN. The DMN is active when we engage in introspection, recall memories, or plan for the future. It's thought to play a role in maintaining our sense of self or ego. Psilocybin has been shown to decrease the activity in the DMN, which is hypothesized to lead to the ego-dissolving experiences often reported by users. This dissolution of the ego can result in a sense of oneness with the universe. Altered perspectives, and deep introspective insights, which are hallmarks of the psychedelic experience. These changes in brain activity might also explain the potential therapeutic effects of psilocybin. By disrupting entrenched patterns of thought and behavior and increasing neural plasticity, the brain's ability to change and adapt. Psilocybin could offer a reset for the brain. This reset could be particularly beneficial for conditions characterized by rigid, negative patterns of thought or behavior, such as depression, anxiety, addiction, and potentially ADHD. In summary, psilocybin acts on the brain by mimicking serotonin, altering neural connectivity, and disrupting the default mode network. These changes can induce profound alterations in consciousness and perception, which are not only the basis for the psychedelic experience, but also the reason behind psilocybin's potential as a therapeutic agent. Now, a word of caution. While the therapeutic potential of mushrooms is promising, it's important to remember that they are still illegal in many parts of the world. Moreover, their effects can vary greatly depending on the individual, setting, and dosage. Self-medicating without proper guidance can be risky. This brings us to the concept of guided therapy sessions. In therapeutic settings, trained professionals administer controlled doses of psilocybin in a safe, supportive environment. This controlled approach helps maximize the therapeutic benefits while minimizing risks. Guided therapy sessions using psilocybin represent a groundbreaking approach in the field of mental health treatment. In these sessions, trained therapists administer a controlled dose of psilocybin to individuals in a safe, supportive, and carefully prepared environment. The setting is often designed to be calm and comforting, promoting a sense of security and relaxation. Before the session, therapists work with individuals to prepare them for the experience, setting intentions and discussing any fears or expectations. During the session, therapists are present to provide emotional support, guidance, and reassurance, helping individuals navigate the often intense and deeply introspective experiences elicited by psilocybin. These experiences can lead to profound insights, emotional release, and cognitive shifts that are valuable for therapeutic progress. After the session, therapists engage in integration work with the individuals, helping them process their experiences and apply any insights or lessons learned to their everyday lives. This holistic approach, combining the pharmacological effects of psilocybin with psychological support, has shown promising results in treating a variety of mental health conditions, offering new hope for those seeking healing and transformation. Looking to the future, the landscape of mental health treatment could be dramatically altered by these substances. As research continues and legal barriers are challenged, we may see a new era of psychedelic-assisted therapy, offering hope and healing to many. The journey of exploring the healing potential of mushrooms is just beginning. As we continue to learn and understand more, the possibilities for mental health treatment and personal growth seem limitless. Remember, whether you're struggling with ADHD or seeking deeper self-understanding, you're not alone in this journey. Thank you for joining us on this enlightening exploration. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content on ADHD focus and motivation. Stay curious, stay informed, and most importantly, stay well.